Hey everyone, this is Scott from the Scott to Grow podcast. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Today I'm talking about Season 4, Episode 8, The Laws of Inferno Dynamics. I'm just going to be starting off with the plot summary and then just talking about my general thoughts about this episode and any Easter eggs or foreshadowing I might have noticed. Let's just start with that plot summary, which says, Coulson tells Mace that Ada is an android and he agrees to use her in the fight against Morrow. He also approves a strike team consisting of Yo-Yo, Robbie, and Quake, as long as the latter two keep a low profile. The team attempts to enter an abandoned building in which Morrow has barricaded himself via his growing abilities, but at first only Reyes can make it through Morrow's initial trap. By viewing Reyes' body cam, Fitz deduces that Morrow is drawing his power from the other dimension and has created a demon core that could destroy half the city if activated. Ada creates a new dimensional portal beneath the demon core through which the device and Morrow are dragged. Reyes also falls through the portal after using the Ghost Rider to hold Morrow in place. Daisy is seen by the local media and Mace publicly clears her name, reinstating her as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. He then allows Radcliffe to continue working on his life model decoy program after his success with Ada, who has secretly replaced May with an LMD. So that's the plot summary for this episode. This is the last episode in the Ghost Rider chunk of this season. The Ghost Rider, well, at least labeled Ghost Rider storyline. In this one, some of us know we get a little more Ghost Rider this season. This is the end of the Morrow storyline and that going on, which I mentioned this a little bit last episode, but I did not realize how, 8 episodes is a small chunk of the season, but I definitely thought this was more of a half of the season as opposed to only about a third of the season. But nonetheless, I thought they did a really great job. I really like how we end the story off with Ghost Rider and Morrow going pretty much to another dimension, or what seems like hell. So I just kind of really like the way that ended up playing out. But yeah, some of the other things I liked about this element, I like that kind of it's completely out there now that everybody knows that Ada's an android and Radcliffe's a little in trouble, but then Ada saves the day, so he's not in trouble. But then we also get the reveal that May's an LMD this whole time, so that's just I love that little how they just play with us to give us these little details at the very ends of episodes, make us have to wait till next episode comes out. Yes, I'm rewatching this, so I can watch the next episode whenever I want, but I'm controlling myself a little bit. Too weak, that's it. But yeah, otherwise I really enjoyed this episode. Some of the parts I liked about it were a bunch of the kind of action scenes we got. We got a couple of scenes with Yo-Yo in slow motion, which is just always super enjoyable. I really like when the team goes after Morrow, when everyone's coming in. We get the Patriot coming in, finally we get Mace in his Patriot outfit, and he goes in, he punches a couple guys. Yo-Yo zips in, takes the gun out of the bad guy's hand, puts it in Coulson's, which I just thought was such a great little use of her ability in that situation, and just a fun way of Coulson had to go in there unarmed and she got him armed. I don't understand why his arm wasn't more armed. The thing's got a shield in it. You gotta use it more often, Coulson. Sometimes I think he forgets he's got an arm that's got a shield in it. I might forget that too sometimes, though. I mean, it's not like he grew up with that. It's not like he's had that for a while. He's just getting used to it. I really enjoyed the couple action scenes we got. Like I said, I also enjoyed that we get Mace kind of coming out as the Patriot, and we're also kind of getting these little hints as to, we still haven't gotten actually that many hints in this one as to the fact that Mace isn't actually inhuman, which I thought was interesting considering at one point, I think Daisy says it in front of Simmons, which Simmons knows, and Simmons already stopped trusting him, so it's a little weird that Simmons hasn't kind of told the whole team that, he's not, but I guess she had to deal with Mace that she's sticking by. But nonetheless, I still like that we got him out as the Patriot. I think that's just a clever superhero name for particularly this character, and I'm sure he's from the comics. I just don't know anything about him from the comics. Overall I'm just excited to get to the next part of this season, to the LMD storyline with Ada and all the team getting replaced and who's an LMD, who's not, how's this all gonna work. I'm excited to rewatch that. But be sure to let me know what you thought of this episode, what you thought of the Ghost Rider storyline, what you thought of how it ended, and your overall thoughts. Thanks again for joining me today, and have a good one.